Next up is more Gerald Makes Me Uncomfortable at the Christmas Party.
All right, everybody. This evening we have a fantastic show. Everybody's absolutely glowing. Give it up for the first guest this evening, giving us his thoughts on the newest project. Everyone, give it up for the creator of Justice Man, Daniel Lurch.
Hello, Gerald. I have a nice set here. I almost tripped walking up the stairs. It looks so lifelike.
Yeah, don't walk up the stairs. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Right, so let's get straight to business, shall we? Justice Man, what a project. It had a lot to say about your opinions on superheroes and even a little bit of cynicism there.
Yeah, that's very intentional, Jer. See, Justice Man is meant to be like my ideal on what a true hero is. You know, a lot of other superhero media, they try to nail that powerless trope. You know, Iron Man, Batman, Rock Lee, but none of them are really truly powerless. And it really feels like the goal of giving the average person, they feel like they have a shot at taking these godlike entities, you know, it really misses the mark.
Is that what the goal is, in your opinion?
I mean, to me it is. It's like a power fantasy. But when Iron Man has like a suit that can shoot lasers and fix itself, now suddenly the average person who doesn't have that suit, they can't take on the Mandarin or the Mandarin. Whoever Iron Man fights. The theme is lost in translation is what I mean to say.
And so, Justice Man is a response to that, you think?
Yeah, he is.
But what about Batman? Right? Batman doesn't have that fancy suit that Iron Man has.
What's the studio paying you that you think you can afford the Gerald Mobile and go Joker hunting?
Okay, careful. Now, Justice Man isn't exactly the ordinary hero.
No, he's not. No.
Okay, now, how did you possibly manage to make Justice Man so heroic, despite the fact that he technically doesn't even win a single fight?
Well, in fact, it's because he never wins. That's the reason he's a hero.
Now, I have to admit, I'm a little lost. Walk me through this.
So, the final showdown is in the parking structure.
Okay.
So there's a lot of build up to the point to make that scene so impactful. You know, we've seen Evil Killer Man do some crazy things before he gets caught, right? You know,
Right.
Watching him systematically go down the list of superheroes, almost with ease. Heroes much stronger than Justice Man, heroes with supernatural abilities Justice Man doesn't have. I mean, that's meant to establish Evil Killer Man as like a larger-than-life threat at the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But when Evil Killer Man is off to the side, presumably collecting more heads, you know, Justice Man is on screen losing. We get to watch that. However, Justice Man, he's losing, but he's losing less bad. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So in the alleyway, completely destroyed, beaten, bloody. Even cries.
I remember.
Right. So at the gas station, the thug beats him, but he swallows his tears that time.
Okay, I get it. So, by the time he's at the parking structure...
Right, with Evil Killer Guy.
Right.
Despite the fact he never wins, he almost believes as the audience that Justice Man has a chance, a shot at, Evil Killer Guy, who's been taking out all these superhuman monsters.
And really, even though Justice Man doesn't win that final showdown, he doesn't really lose either.
No, the special ops guy, they come in and they
take him away.
Right.
Yeah, but to go back to the gas station, by the way.
Yeah, the gas station.
Yes. nerve-wracking seeing Justice Man right next to the evil killer guy.
Yeah, that was a fun scene. It was a fun scene to shoot. I mean, Justice Man is doing a couple things at that gas station. Not just Justice Man, but the movie is doing a lot of things there.
Right, and evil killer guy is on about the weather?
Gas prices.
Gas prices.
Right.
Yes. Makes evil killer guy kind of threatening. I mean, he seems like a normal guy in the scene besides,
Yeah, Justice Man, he doesn't know about what evil killer guy's whole deal at the moment. Right there, we know, but he's just not a guy.
Oh, yes, I suppose that's right.
In fact, Justice Man himself is just filling up his tank, which makes him a lot more human, he doesn't fly to his next fight, he has to take a shitty Honda. But also, Justice Man is fresh out of the encounter with the mugger, right there in the gas station. So, when already exhausted emotionally and physically, evil killer guy, who we're seeing super unstable, kind of impulsive, making small talk, it feels kind of uncanny. It's like a snake looking down at its prey, which makes it even more compelling when the parking structure takes place, because it's like the mouse fighting back,
Right, yeah, but Justice Man also... he doesn't have a plan. He goes unprepared in that final battle. I was always curious about that, because ordinarily when an almost David and Goliath encounter, like Justice Man and Evil Killer Guy, usually the David or Justice Man make up for the lack of strength with wits.
Yeah, but that was intentional. See, Justice Man isn't actually meant to be super smart. Well, we joked about Batman's money earlier with the Batmobile.
Right.
Really, what puts me off about him is his superhuman intellect.
Well, not superhuman.
Superhuman, actually. The writer uses intelligence as like a trapdoor. It's the unbeatable anti-Joker beam or Clayface pepper spray. It's the same issue with Iron Man, albeit a little subtler. And Justice Man is being the
antithesis?
Antithesis, right, thank you. Him going in the grand plan, besides, it makes the courage shine clearer. It's like, he's face to face with the force he knows is objectively stronger than him, and yet he still stands his ground. Makes the audience root for him even more.
But, right. And I agree. There was one thing I didn't really get.
And what could that possibly be, Jared?
Why doesn't Justice Man kill? I saw him consider it when the thug dropped the gun in the, gas station. In fact, we even see him with a gun next to his bed and his home, and yet when he goes up against Evil Killer Guy, he never explicitly states that he doesn't take it. I get not wanting the plan and all, but...
he does.
He takes the gun?
No. We dedicated a whole sequence to explain why Justice Man doesn't kill.
When?
Okay, so when Justice Man meets the gunman again at the grocery store?
Right, from the gas station.
Right, so he's back. So sees him with his daughter. He exhales and he has a panic attack.
Now hold on.
Right.
I thought that was because he was face to face with the guy that almost killed him.
No. See, he never has that issue with Evil Killer Guy. He finds out what Evil Killer Guy's whole deal is, but he doesn't have the panic attack there, despite the fact he's face to face with the gas station. So why would he have the gunman is a lot weaker? So, the reason...
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
The reason why Justice Man has a panic attack, runs to the bathroom, washes his face.
Right.
He realizes that he could have deprived that child from her father. And even when it was life or death, even if it would have been totally fair to kill him right there, he's washed with guilt. It's like
right.
It's like the vent thing, but a lot cooler because I did it.
Well, that's all the time we have. Daniel, it was a pleasure to have you.
Oh, please. Yeah, pleasure was all mine.
Everybody, give it up for Daniel Lurch.